Welcome, friends and travelers. It's Reed Darkwell here with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at a video by the Angry Video Game Nerd. So yeah, I've been a fan of the nerd for a while. I enjoy his content, and really just James in general. I mean, the nerd, that's his most notable thing, but I've seen other stuff from him as well, and I think he's a great content creator. And there's still a lot of his content, even though I've known about him for a while, that I haven't seen. So I figured on this channel, I'd go ahead and react to some of the choice stuff. And the one we're starting with is a video that is a fairly recent one, but one that I've been kind of interested in checking out because it covers an important game series to me, which is Metroid. I mean, yeah, I'm a big fan of Metroidvania games, and it really started with Metroid, or in particular Super Metroid. That's where no, I don't think that's true, actually. I think I did play the original Metroid before I played Super Metroid, but I was a tiny small child and did not did not really get very far. I think we did have that on NES, but that one didn't really leave much of an impression on me. I just kind of vaguely remember it. But when Super Metroid came out, that was a game that I obsessed over, that I just really, really loved. And that kind of made me a fan of Metroidvania games for life. Yeah. For Metroid, I don't think I came back around to it, the original, until Zero Mission came out, which is obviously a remake of the original Metroid. But it also contains the original Metroid on the GBA cart. So that was my like next encounter with that game. And to be fully honest, that's the one I expect the nerd to tear into the most, because it really is a product of its time. It's challenging and kind of limited. A lot of the corridors look the same. Yeah, there's no map, so you kind of have to just draw it yourself or whatever. So yeah, Metroid, definitely of the three, I mean, it was revolutionary for what it did, and definitely a big deal, but it's aged, let's just put it that way. Never could really get that far into it. I mean, it's also got like a save system, so if you do die, then yeah, it's not a modern video game. But I mean, it did its thing. But if you want to experience the start of Metroid, I definitely recommend instead playing Zero Mission, which is a very modern game with great gameplay and is a lot of fun. As for Metroid 2, I actually never played the original Metroid 2. I did play the remake on was it 3DS or DS? I forget. That whole era kind of blurs together for me. But that was my experience with that part of the saga. Because I had a Game Boy, like an original Game Boy, but I wasn't really a big fan of Metroid until Super Metroid. So Metroid 2 before that, it just never really was something I owned or had. From what I understand, they made a lot of improvements over the original. It kind of is a perfect in between of where we were at with Metroid and then at Metroid and at Super Metroid. So I probably would have enjoyed it, but I just never had it. Yeah, and then obviously Super Metroid kind of said my piece there. But one of the big games for me, like one of the games that really defined my gaming taste, and still I think one of the best video games of all time. I think in terms of Metroidvania games, it's only relatively recently been surpassed as my favorite with Hollow Knight and Silksong. I mean, currently playing that, but I mean, it has potential to kind of get there as well. But Super Metroid, I mean, even though there are things that the nerd I'm sure will complain about, because there is some of the controls are a bit fiddly and just awkward. The wall jump is terrible. I'm sorry. Eventually, if you bang your head into the wall a million times, you can get out of that that hole that it drops you in. But it's not something very reliable when you're trying to do it elsewhere. At least for me, I mean, the speedrunner crowd, they get it down, but just a casual player, it's it doesn't feel quite right. But yeah, that said, Super Metroid, still an excellent game, still a game that I would recommend to basically anyone, unless you just really don't like Metroidvania games. Then I guess it's going to be kind of a non-starter. But yeah, it's great, and yeah, I'm just interested to see the nerds or hear the nerds' take on these three games, because yeah, I'm sure it'll make for an interesting video. And yeah, that said, let's go ahead and actually get this started. Yeah, go full screen, and here we go. I'm sure this will be mostly positive.
Angry Video Game Nerd is sponsored
and the
by
nerd kind of is better when he's talking about
safe like
a bad
Simply
game,
Safe.
but this will still be fun just because I love the game so much. Cool intro. I don't think I've seen this particular one. I think there's a lot of more recent nerd that I haven't seen.
You know, most of the games in this room make me real angry, but when you have a collection like this, you don't want any intruders to come in and steal this stuff. So that's why I have Simply Safe.
Oh.
Simply Safe is an award-winning wireless
security
system that connects you to a
lead with ad
professional alarm monitoring center. It works right out of the box, and you can set it up yourself. That's what I did. It only took a couple minutes, and I had a full security system running video from the nerd room.
And that is kind of cool.
The sensor was small and easily fit exactly where I needed it to. Simply Safe motion sensors use AI technology that can differentiate between intruders and pets. It can even tell trusted visitors from threats.
Well, that's good. It'd be bad if it couldn't tell the difference between a person and a pet.
Alarms. Simply Safe also has entry sensors designed to work with any door or window to give you the ultimate peace of mind. There's just no other home security system out there that offers this kind of active protection, both inside and outside. Keep your video games safe from water damage and rapid temperature change with Simply Safe's hazard sensors. Nobody wants their collection sopping wet and unplayable, but if a leak does occur, you'll be notified as soon as it happens through the Simply Safe app to hopefully minimize any potential damage. Old school alarm systems only trigger after somebody breaks in, giving the robbers plenty of time to load all your games into their sacks like Harry and Marv before you even notice. With Simply Safe Active Guard, though, criminals can be stopped before even stepping foot in your door. Simply Safe Active Guard monitoring agents react in real time to any suspicious individuals heading towards your home, and trigger alarms and spotlights, or even request an urgent police dispatch all before a break-in even occurs. Save 50% off your Simply Safe security system now when you sign up for a professional monitoring plan and get your first month free. Just visit simplysafe.com/Cinemassacre to customize yours. There's no safe like Simply Safe. For thousands of years, humankind has been mapping out the world as we seek to satiate our curiosity about our known surroundings. From the ancient Babylonian clay tablets to the Greek sketches of a spherical Earth and the simple schematic maps of medieval times, cartographers have always been testing new tools and methods as they.
It's kind of cool to look at old maps.
Geography. When creating the early nautical charts, sailors
they got it pretty decent, even like way back when.
And time traveled using compasses and celestial quadrants of the night sky.
Kind of impressive.
This was the primordial age of navigation. Just like Metroid on the NES, a labyrinth-style game with no map.
Yeah.
Yes, in 1986, video games were in their own primitive navigational stage. Nowadays, just about any game would have some kind of built-in map system, but not here. When you explore the caverns of the alien planet, you really have to explore it the way an ancient surveyor would. This game wasn't here to pamper your ass. Aside from a vague and useless map in the instruction manual, you were on your own. So
that is trash.
Find a pen and paper and get to work. And sure, later they added the map in the Game Boy Advance remake, Metroid Zero
Oh
Mission,
yeah.
but I'm talking the original version.
Mm-hmm.
It was all up to you as you take control of the character Metroid as he explores the planet.
I
Yeah, okay, nowadays
Bit
it's
of rage
common
bait there?
knowledge that it's
Yeah.
Samus, one of the all-time great female protagonists in gaming, and one of the greatest protagonists of all. But when this
No,
game
I
first
can't
came
disagree.
out, she was more of a mysterious character like Boba Fett. Her identity was kept hidden until the very end when she first unmasks. This was a pretty cool reveal for the time. Oddly, the manual refers to Samus as a he in both the Japanese and English versions. Whether the misgendering was by accident or an intentional ploy, we may never know.
That's it. I mean,
This game
Japanese
was a
doesn't
big
really
deal to me
use
at
a lot
the
of
time, and I even still have
third-person
the footage to
pronouns.
prove it.
Guess that would have to be a very deliberate thing.
Oh yeah, that was back when I was little nerd, before I graduated with a degree in garbage. It was a less jaded era. You could play a game without much need for criticism. I mean, come on, it's Metroid. It's one of the original Nintendo classics.
Mm-hmm.
It was groundbreaking in a sense that it offered a non-linear world to explore as you fight treasure trolls and armored turds while hopping across eyeballs and floating gumdrops. There is an innate satisfaction in upgrading your weapon and abilities so
Yeah.
you can go back to areas which were previously inaccessible. It had a claustrophobic and isolating feel inspired by Ridley Scott's Alien. And the
Mm-hmm.
music is some of the best of the NES, from the spacey atmospheric title theme to the upbeat rockin' Brinstar stage to the haunting tones of Kraid's Lair. Overall, it's safe to say the original Metroid changed the face of gaming. But there's one problem. It fucking sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. It's time to show my face so you can see the sincerity in my eyes. You know you can trust a guy with pens in his pocket when I tell you that this game is a frustrating piss storm of fuck.
It is difficult.
I'll start with the most minor issues. First, you can't save your progress.
Yeah.
Instead, there's a password system, which was common at the time, so I don't blame them. And I know the Famicom disc version had a save feature,
Oh.
but I'm talking the Western
the disc
release,
version.
which is the one I had. These passwords suck ass. But keep in mind, back in the day, you had to write them down. So you better have had really good handwriting and were able
Especially
to
'cause-
distinguish clearly between upper and lowercase letters and numbers.
Yeah, I did
Some
notice
of them,
that
like G and L,
lower-
look like they're in cursive. I'll show you some cursive. Fuck.
Yeah, what is with that
When
G?
you're low on energy,
It's not.
it beeps
That can't be
at
the
you.
same font.
Don't you just hate that shit? Nobody wants that. Yeah, I'm low on energy. Thanks for telling me. It's like when the fridge beeps to let you know the door is open. Like, yeah, I'm putting groceries away. Or when the microwave beeps when your food is done. But this is worse. It's not just any beep. It's a specifically irritating beep like a smoke detector on low battery.
It does. Yeah, it does pass on.
Ugh,
Smoke detector.
Make it stop. It wouldn't be so bad if it beeped just once or twice, but it doesn't let up. It's infinite. You can't play under that distraction, so it becomes an emergency to find some energy as quickly
I've never
as
actually
possible.
seen the
You
screw
end up
attack in
playing
this game,
recklessly,
so it's
but
kind of cool to
it's
see
best
that.
to just die on purpose so you don't have to hear that shit. It's hard to hit enemies that are low to the ground.
Yeah,
Sure, you
it's-
can roll into a ball and bomb, but there's no crouching
Samus
shot.
cannot
So if you're
crouch.
stuck behind a slow-moving enemy, it's like being stuck behind a cat. You know how cats like to get in front of you with their tails straight up in the air? Those little fuckers. When you go through doors, there's a good chance an enemy is waiting, and they're impossible to avoid. I mean, look at that.
Oh, wow.
That is fucking broken right there.
That-
Sometimes
yeah,
they can
that's
even
pretty
hit
bad.
you on the other side. You
Oh.
gotta be kidding me. Sometimes they even bully you back through the door, so it's just so you can take even more hits. Don't you just love when you step into a room and you're dead on arrival? This is one of those cryptic where the fuck do you go type of games. You always have to blast through a wall or shoot up through a ceiling or drop through a floor and go underneath a pool of lava or quicksand, or which would otherwise kill you. I wouldn't mind it if these were secret areas to find some extra power-ups, you know, a bonus. But these are required paths. Your
Yeah.
only way to progress is to take one shit.
In later
death
Metroid
after
games, those
another.
usually are
It doesn't even
secrets.
feel like you're supposed to access these areas.
Except
Seeing
sometimes.
the underside of the fire-breathing seahorse is just plain weird. Like I'm not
It
even supposed
is.
to be here. Oh, and for the record, if you say that's what Nintendo Power was for, well, there was no Nintendo Power. The power wasn't turned on yet. The item upgrades are cool, the morph ball, the high jump boots, the screw attack, but the weapons are another story. You go from the regular beam, to the long beam, to the ice beam, which has its advantages. You can freeze enemies and use them as platforms, but when you're trying to kill shit with it, it's slow as ass. Then you get the wave beam, which is the strongest, however it's unreliable at breaking blocks. Come on!
Oh.
Soon enough, you have to get the ice beam again, because the only way to destroy the Metroids in the final area is by freezing them, then using missiles. It sucks how you have to get rid of your wave beam. Instead of overwriting the previous weapon, you should have been able to switch weapons on the fly. I mean, sure, the select button is already being used to switch from your beam to missiles, but a simple menu of some kind would have done the trick. Now, let's talk about this game's most fatal flaw. Every time you die or load your game with a password, you respawn with only 30 health or energy. If you know how
I forgot
little
about
that is,
that.
allow me to explain. When you start out, the maximum is 99, but along the way you find energy tanks which increase your capacity by 100 each. You can carry up to 6 energy tanks in total, which technically brings your maximum health to 699. So by the time you get that far, you do not want to die. Respawning with only 30 is a fucking insult. You can gradually get your energy back by collecting these little orbs, which replenish 5 energy points each. But farming for these things is an excruciatingly slow process.
Are there no big orbs
due to
in the
how
game?
unpredictable they show up, and the
Forgot
damage
about
you
that.
take along the way, which neutralizes it all. You would think there would be a simple energy charge station or some area to refill your health. You know, like the Heart Fairy in Nintendo's very own Zelda, which was released prior to Metroid that same year, and even had a map and a save system, by the way. In Metroid, it's
That's
like,
a good point.
fuck you, you're shit out
Glad
of luck.
Zelda was first.
There are no energy recharges anywhere. However, anytime you collect
There's
an
a
energy
lot
tank, it
that
will
they
fill your energy to max, but that's only a one-time deal.
Improved in
So
later
once you've
games.
already collected those tanks, your only option is to keep grinding for those fucking orbs. You want to know how long this takes? Take into consideration, anytime you get hit, you lose more energy than a single orb. So you can't just mindlessly sit there and tap the button. No, you got to pay attention that you're not taking damage. Even when you get into a solid rhythm, the enemies only give energy at complete random. And every now and then, they stop
Does look like
giving
screw attack
energy
makes it a lot
entirely.
easier.
How am I supposed to farm when the harvest has gone to shit? I tried the bomb method, the screw attack. I've tried running out the door and back again, hoping it would reset. But they only give you orbs when they feel like it. When all's said and done, the time it takes to refill all 6 energy tanks is 30 minutes.
Oh, God.
30 fucking minutes. And I'm not even talking about refilling missiles. This is what you call broken. It is a broken-ass, ball-busting bitch fucker of a game. Oh, good. Energy tank. I need that.
Oh.
What the fuck? Oh, that's
Gotta
a
love
cheap
that.
shot. All right, got the missile. Oh my God, I can't believe they did that to me again. You fucking pieces of shit.
That one's just a trap.
All right.
It's not even
Okay, dude.
access to a different area.
I'm not even gonna try to get out of there. What am I
I mean,
gonna do?
well, that
What
was
am I
just
gonna
you. They just fell.
Okay. Okay. Oh no, 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 no. Out of there. Get out of there.
Wasn't like a
Oh
flat,
God.
false ground or anything.
I can't jump up.
Yeah.
No, no, no. I gotta make it. Just freeze one of the dudes and jump on him. Come on, like. No, you gotta be kidding me. Now you see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I haven't even talked about the bosses
I've
yet.
been there before.
Thankfully, there's only 2 of these fuck nuggets, unless you count Mother Brain. The first is Kraid, who's short and unassuming, but it's like messing with a porcupine. You just don't want to
Back in the day when
They
Kraid
went
was short.
overboard with these projectiles. There's hardly a damn thing you can do about it. But the secret here is that when your energy gets low, there's a hidden energy tank in the wall.
Mhm.
This is a godsend. Except for the fact that you're most definitely going to fall in the quicksand. And if there is any method to getting out of this shit, this would be the time for me to figure it out. But instead, I'll just keep tapping the button in a mad panic like I always do. Oh, come on. If I lose all my energy again after getting the tank, this is straight up embarrassing. oh,
There we
thank
go.
God I'm back out. Okay, so I beat Kraid. And next up is Ridley. Come on. Come on. Oh, no, 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 no. Get up there.
I think you have to go
Get
to the
up
other
there.
side.
Oh,
That one's lower.
oh,
Yeah.
try the other side. Here we go. Get up there. Get up there. Oh, I found a safe spot. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is the spot right here.
Oh, yeah,
here
that
we
works.
Go. Come on. Yeah. All right. I beat Ridley. I'm almost dead. All right. I know there's an energy tank in the next room. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
That's
God.
a
That's
cheap shot. 2. I have 2 left. All I got to do is screw attack over there. Screw attack. No. Why did it work? It didn't work. Oh.
I mean,
after you've beaten both
where were you?
Kraid and
There's
Ridley, you gain access to the final area.
Like,
here you face the Metroid.
I think it just expects you to have
as I
health
already
to
mentioned,
survive
you
lava.
have to
I don't
freeze them
know.
and then blast them with missiles. Switching back and forth only takes a split second, but it's a split second you can't afford. You could be busy hitting one Metroid with the missiles when another one approaches you. By the time you switch to the freeze beam, it's already latched onto you like a face hugger. In order to get these sons of bitches off you, you just gotta bomb and roll around, I guess. You know what? You
sometimes
really
works.
Don't want to let it happen. Just don't. It is not an option.
I definitely never got far enough to
you have to kill
to encounter the
Metroids
in Metroid.
That's the name of the game, literally. Even worse than the Metroids.
Oh,
are
these
the
things,
nuclear
yes.
onion rings, which
Heard.
spam the ever-loving shit out
These
of
are
you.
annoying.
These are among the worst pests of the NES era. I hate them with all my fucking soul. The second you walk in the door, you take a hit. Trying to shoot out the pillars while avoiding these onion rings is impossible. They just keep knocking you all over the place. This final room is pure hell. I mean, this is a strong statement,
basically,
but it's so fucking bad. It
does,
almost makes Jekyll and Hyde look fun. I
basically becomes bullet hell.
hate this fucking stage. At last, you come to motherfucker Brain, a real mind fuck. She's just a giant brain in a tube. Yeah, Contra has the heart, Metroid has the brain. I gotta admit, it's pretty cool. Yeah, this was right before Krang from Ninja Turtles and the Brain from the Brain. She wouldn't be so difficult if it wasn't for the goddamn onion
I think
rings.
that's the kind of the point.
When I say things are impossible, here's the thing. It actually is possible, which makes it worse because it's an incentive to prolong the suffering. You gotta do it. After all, this isn't the last ninja. This is Metroid. Fuck. You need all the energy you can get. So when you respawn, you must do the full 30 minutes of farming. Now think about how many times you'll die on Mother Brain. Then add 30 minutes on top of each playthrough. You want to know why these episodes take so long? It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. And Mother Brain is a lot easier in Super Metroid.
My advice is do not die on Mother Brain.
Well,
the
yeah.
punishment is so severe, it should have been illegal. You get to the point where you ask yourself, how far are you willing to go? Do you really need this in your life? Well, I don't care. I'm going to beat it. Here we go. Here we go. This got to be it. Oh, man. Fucking onion rings. Here we go. Come on.
It looks pretty. You got good amount of health.
No. Okay. Freeze them. Freeze them. Stay frozen. Stay up in my fucking way. See? Just need one more. Come on. One more shot. I just need one more fucking shot. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I did it. Oh, get out of the lava.
Oh, and are we gonna? There's a.
I did it.
Does this game have a escape sequence?
It's not over. You have to escape the planet before it explodes. It's like the end of the original Alien, or like Beneath the Planet of the Apes. No, it's like Alien. You know, it's the part when Ripley sets the self-destruct mechanism and then has to race to get off the ship. Classic stuff. Whew, I made it. And I think I got the fair ending. See, there's multiple endings. Depending how fast you beat the game, Samus will remove more of her suit. But if you enter the password Justin Bailey, you can play in what's called the Zero Suit, which begs the question, who the fuck is Justin Bailey? Well, that's the original Metroid, a classic masterpiece of shit. Oddly, none of its flaws have hindered its iconic status or the beloved franchise which it was born from. Well, next came Metroid 2, The Return of Samus on Game Boy. Now, in the old days, I would have broken this episode up into a big, multi-part thing, like Jaguar, Batman, Castlevania, all that. But now I tend to give you just the whole damn thing at once because I like you a lot.
Oh, good. And big graphical improvement. You can see, this looks. Yeah.
You would expect a portable version of Metroid to be a compromise, and while it obviously looks more primitive with its piss and puke color scheme, you'd be surprised to know
Yeah, the coloring
makes several improvements upon the original. For one thing, you can crouch and shoot.
Coloring
and
gets
shoot
distracting,
down
but
while jumping.
yeah.
And
yeah.
what is this? Is this a save point? Yes, you can save the game.
Big improvements already.
Plus, when you save,
Filling out a
you
map.
start with whatever amount of energy and missiles
that
you
was
had
Super
last. It even has more than one save slot. How about that? Oh, and look what else. Charging stations. Ones where you can refill your energy, and ones where you can refill your missiles.
You love to see it.
This is a huge improvement over its predecessor. However, sadly, there is still no map. But Nintendo Power was around by then, and they covered it twice in issue 31 and 37. They each had their own maps, which you can use to follow along. This would be the equivalent of
that's handy.
MapQuest days. Yeah, when you would print out directions from the internet and take it with you on your drive. I actually used issue 37 for my current playthrough, and aside from maybe one small omission, I can say it's pretty comprehensible. Without it, you'd be screwed, because the mazes are very confusing, and the non-linear aspect is taken to the extreme, forcing you to spend most of your time backtracking. After you beat Phase 5, you must go back to Phase 4 just to get to Phase 6. The reason it's called The Return of Samus is because you're always returning to the same spots. The goal is to seek and destroy all the Metroids, but now they come in new types: Alpha, Gamma, Omega, etc. It's like a big frat house of aliens. Yeah, that's what this whole thing's about. A big Metroid toga party. I mean, the humor
Metroid
is pretty
homeworld.
lowbrow, especially when the aliens start flashing their raw butts in the air. You get all the same weapons, but there's some new ones too, like the Spazer. The Spazer, come on, that's the geekiest word in all of science fiction. Not a laser or a phaser, but Spazer. What's the difference? A laser emits photons, but a Spazer is its nanoplasmonic counterpart with a different charge density. That's my impression of a nerd. Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to be a nerd?
This one's similar to the
You're the
laser
angry
in
video
Contra in
game
the sense
nerd.
that it's one straight beam that's powerful but kind of slow. And it's so thin, it's hard to hit anything. It's like trying to slice a sheet of paper sideways. And like the first game, you can't switch weapons, which means now that I've got the plasma beam, the Spazer is gone.
They didn't add that until Super Metroid.
Because you can jump while in ball form rather than having to always drop bombs to blast yourself up. The next upgrade is the Spider Ball, which allows you to climb along the walls. And you have to do this a lot. I guess you could say this game is really
They added that eventually back to the game.
But the ball sucks. It never does what you want.
Maybe, I don't know.
You're pressing one direction, and next thing, it goes the other way. Or it's not going anywhere at all. It gets stuck randomly, and after so many hours of ball suckage, you'd think I'd eventually get the hang of these controls. But I tell you, there is no rhyme or reason to how this thing works. And when there's an enemy coming, there's no avoiding it. Then there's the space jump, which later becomes the screw attack. The idea is you keep jumping to stay in the air. As long as you're holding down the jump button and with the D-pad, it should work. But for some reason, I keep falling down. I've tried hitting jump slower, faster.
Yeah, even in Super Metroid, the space jump is a bit.
And there's parts where it's required to get through tricky areas and avoid hazards. With broken-ass controls, you just gotta get lucky. Sometimes there's a spot you need to reach, and you have the option. Should I screw attack? Should I spider ball? I don't know which is worse. Pick your poison. Screw it or free ball it. Either way, you're fucked. Oh, look, there's an energy charge. You gotta get it. Oh, fuck!
Yeah, that
the
sucks.
first game, it has lots of cryptic bullshit. Without Nintendo Power, there'd be no way I could have figured this out. What I hate the most are the one-way paths. Like right here, I went up, and now there's a bed of spikes in the way.
I know that's
to get
not
back
right.
to where I was, I have to take a huge detour. And don't even get me started about the dark area. This is a common trope, and I've never liked it. But here,
I don't like
there's
that either.
even the faintest clue to help orient your position. I can't even tell if I'm moving or not.
Metroid doesn't usually do
rolling in
that
a ball in pitch
past this
blackness is the stuff nightmares are made of. And as I've mentioned, farming isn't as much of an issue this time. You might have to backtrack to a charging station, but thank God for those. I find myself having to charge missiles more often than energy, and this is because the Metroids can only be harmed by missiles. And by the time you get to the Zeta Metroids, they take a lot of them. If you're fighting a Metroid and run out of missiles, there is no other option. The game says, fuck you, go back and farm, bitch. And they're stingy about these missiles. They only appear about as often as when you see meteors when you look up to the night sky. Don't even bother, just backtrack to the nearest charging station. The final area is a long, empty stretch, like Dracula's castle in Simon's Quest. There's nothing there, so what's the point?
And Super Metroid charging stations are not even that useful.
My thumb is about to fall off.
Everything's
Then
so
I come to
plentiful.
what seems like a dead end. But check this out. You're supposed to screw yourself up through what looks like
Oh.
solid rock, and next thing, you're stuck in a pool of lava or whatever this is. You can't jump out of it. It's like trying to pull a turd out of hot tar. I mean, what the fuck?
Come on. Ugh. Oh, finally. Oh, almost broke my thumb. Should have broke your thumbs.
Then you gotta get the ice beam again so you can fight the regular Metroids.
Mhm.
Yep, nothing's changed. So
Yeah.
be prepared to use all
Always
of
got to
these.
be the
By
same.
the time you make it to the queen,
Same way for
you've
them.
got nothing left. So you got to backtrack to the charging station. So then you fight the queen, and let's get real now. You're gonna die the first time, right? And it's a long hike to get back to the queen from the save point. You want to know something else? You can't pause on the queen for whatever reason.
Well, that's
Now,
interesting.
You're gonna run out of missiles
Disable
unless maybe you
pausing?
found every single missile upgrade in the whole game. So here's the real secret. You let her swallow you, then you roll into the stomach and use bombs. They take
Oh.
more damage than missiles, and they're unlimited. So after several tries, I beat the
That's
queen.
kind of cool.
And then, in a key moment, a baby Metroid hatches and follows Samus like a child to a mother. And rather than destroying it, she takes it with her as she escapes the doomed planet. It's an interesting turn of events and is important to the future of the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first game, it has multiple endings.
baby.
I got the basic one, but the idea is the same. The faster you beat it, the more naked she gets, and then the faster you beat it. Just kidding. I'd say Metroid 2
Wow.
is vastly superior to the original,
Well,
though
yeah.
it still has its flaws. But the third time was the charm.
Oh,
As
oh,
the
yeah.
flagship title on the next
Glad
gen
he
console,
agrees.
the Super Nintendo, the series was building to its true potential. Not just shooting for the stars, but blasting into intergalactic greatness. This is more than just a game. It's a goddamn lightning storm in a cartridge. There's games that are great, games that are amazing, games that are masterpieces, and then there's Super fucking Metroid.
Well said. Oh, I love this game. Even just seeing it.
It's not just awesome, it's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. What's so good about it? You just gotta play it and experience it for yourself. And that's why I'm gonna try to keep this short. Yeah, that's not happening. The graphics, the music, and atmosphere just blows
Yeah, the
you
music
away.
is excellent.
Right from that
One of my
haunting
favorite
opening
soundtracks.
title with the dead bodies on the ground, it grips you, and you know where. When you start the game, there's a brief voice.
The last Metroid is in captivity.
Super
As a kid,
Nintendo
it
era.
almost knocked me out
voice
of my
acting.
seat to hear a realistic human voice coming from a video game. Yeah, things really came a long way since Ghostbusters! But aside from the opening cutscene, the story is told without words, as Ridley steals the baby Metroid from the lab. It's the visuals and subtleties that lure you in, exploring the creepy, claustrophobic caverns. Since the first game, that's the vibe they were going for, but this time it really comes to life.
Yeah, they're better able to
Everything
realize
has
it.
improved. The control is smoother. Now it's actually fun to move around. You can shoot in any direction
Mhm.
and feel like you're not just controlling Samus, you are Samus. The buttons are mapped in kind of a weird way. Like, why would X be shoot? But you can easily change it.
Or you could
slots?
just get used
Oh,
to it.
yes. Energy
think.
and missile charges? Thank you. A menu where you can switch weapons?
Mhm.
Oh, hell yeah. Missiles are not required to beat bosses? Bless the Lord.
Yeah, a lot of them
And
are
a fully
weak
functional
to charge
map
shots.
system? fuck me sideways and call
Yeah,
me
yeah, the
Susie.
map is the
It
biggest
shows
thing.
you where you are and where you've been as you uncover more territory. No longer do you have to print out directions or chart your course with a pen and paper. We had now entered the GPS era of gaming. This map system was so good that the designers of Castlevania took one look and said, yeah, we're going to copy that from now on. It may just be my obsessive compulsive nature, but there's something satisfying about trying to uncover every space on the map,
That's
even parts that
yeah,
are
I do that too.
unnecessary. The weapons and upgrades are
Because you
all
never know, there
familiar
could be something
usual
secret
suspects, but with
in
new
the
ones
cover
to
spot.
sweeten the deal, like the power bomb. Who doesn't
Well, the
love
power
a
bomb's
game where
cool.
you can nuke the whole screen? There's the grapple beam, which can get a little tricky sometimes. And then
Yeah.
there's the X-ray scope, which gives you Superman vision to help with those cryptic areas.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite new ability is the speed booster.
It's so
You can
cool, yeah.
run like the Flash while annihilating everything in your path. There's even this cool move you can do in combination with the speed
Shine Spark.
booster, where you can launch yourself into the air. Eventually, they gave this a name, Shine Spark.
Mhm.
I've mentioned the music, but I really gotta bring it home. This soundtrack breathes and pulses like a movie score. Every note is drenched in atmosphere and conveys the sense of isolation
It is great.
of a tomb-like alien world that swallowed you whole. It whispers at you as if things are lurking around the corner, and yet it's somehow
The Meridia.
relaxing, like the aquatic area.
Oh, yeah,
of
yeah, the
Meridia.
Meridia theme is very relaxing.
And then, when you get to the deeper
Oh, yeah, this is-
region of Norfair,
this is the
it's
best.
like hearing the choir of hell.
Best theme.
The bosses are amazing. The door locks behind you, the screen shakes, and next thing, Kraid comes up out of the floor.
Kraid is
and
just
this
massive.
Is nothing like the original Kraid, who's shorter than Samus. This one is so big he can't even fit on the screen. It's straight up terrifying. When you played this as a kid, these were like the monsters of your nightmares, the
Mhm.
ones under your bed and in your closet.
Yeah.
Only they'd fit.
He starts off big and then he just.
Crocomire is my
Oh, yeah,
favorite.
Crocomire.
You blast this guy into the lava, and his face melts. It's one of the most gruesome death animations of any boss of the time. Oh, and wait. Just you wait.
Yeah, the fake
It's
out.
not over.
I mean, it is over.
Oh. His skeletal
Thought they would
remains lunge at
jump scare you.
and collapse. It fools you into thinking that you have to fight him again, and you just gotta admire that. The final boss with Mother Brain is the stuff of legend. I mean, this is one of the most cinematic final scenes of the time. With only 16 bits, it takes you on an emotional roller coaster ride. I almost don't even want to spoil it, but it's probably been spoiled enough already. The glass
Yeah, this
shatters,
game's been around for a
blast
while.
her away, and just like in the first game, Mother Brain is defeated.
Except
Or
not.
is she? As the screen shakes and everything blows away, leaving the two of you alone, the unthinkable happens. She rises with a full body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, holy shit!
Think about how shocking this was.
Because the first phase is
game
a
established
very
that Mother Brain is
faithful
just a
recreation of
brain.
the fight for
But
Metroid.
what's going on here?
Then they add
Maybe it's
this.
Daddy Brain. This was a totally unexpected final battle, and after a while, she blasts you to the wall with her deadly beam. It's unavoidable, spectacular, and devastating. You can no longer control Samus as she heaves on the floor. Mother Brain charges another blast to finish you off. This is it. It's all over.
Yeah!
The baby Metroid, your friend, now grown up, comes in to save you, clinging and sucking the life from Mother Brain, turning her into a dried up corpse. Then the Metroid latches onto you and instead of draining your health, charges you back to full recovery. A
Mhm.
true friend indeed. But wait, is that breath coming from Mother Brain? Hurry, Metroid, hurry! Oh, the way Mother Brain drools and stomps towards you sends chills down my spine. She blasts the Metroid over and over, and with the final blow, the room goes black as the Metroid destructs. What was once our enemy, now a friend, dying in a noble act of sacrifice. And as
Yeah.
that sinks in, you hear that music, you see your body glowing, and you know it's time to kick
Yeah, the hyper
fucking
beam.
ass.
Yeah! Yeah!
You can feel Samus boiling with rage and sorrow as she unleashes this newfound power she got from this Metroid. Yeah, with this whole battle, you get your money's worth. And when it's over, Mother Brain's body explodes into smithereens, the brain falls to the floor, you're left to stare at it for one last eerie moment as her mouth gapes open and she disintegrates. It's over, but you know it isn't. The planet is going to blow up again.
This again.
The classic countdown echoes in your ears as you race the timer to get to your ship. You make it there, but uh-oh, it's too late. The planet cracks as its lava interior glows, and then, boom. The planet explodes as everything flashes into white light.
The very room you're sitting in lights up as you stare, motionless, speechless, heart pounding. And then, woohoo!
Yeah,
We made it!
just in time.
As that ship comes roaring through space toward the screen, ultimately to freeze frame, you know that you've just completed one of the greatest games ever. Do I have any criticisms about it? Well, maybe. Some of the bosses take a bit too many shots to kill. Sometimes it takes a little too long.
Well,
to
there are
switch
other
to your
ways with,
missiles, especially when you have so many items to cycle through. The map is awesome, but
what
with
is the
such a
Maria
big
boss's name?
world, it would have
forget.
been nice to have a couple warp areas to get around quicker. And
Dragon?
sometimes it can get a little cryptic, but nowhere near as much
you got
as the
the
first two games.
Well, not
That's
at this
all I
point,
got.
Later, you got
know
the
that old
X-ray.
saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at
Surprised
all.
you didn't say anything
It's
about
good
the wall
advice
jump
in general,
room.
But my job is to talk about the shittier aspects of a game. So for me, it's kind of like the reverse. When it comes down to it, I really don't have anything bad to say about Super Metroid. It's as perfect of a game as possible. They learned from their mistakes and they utilized the new technology to the fullest. It was called Super Nintendo, and they made sure to show you what was so super about it.
And while Metroid is now a franchise, having spanned over many consoles and generations, for me, it always comes back to that innocent time when they were still figuring it out. It was a vast, uncharted world that Nintendo was mapping through, like the early explorers. Video games have come a long way since then, but when you follow that nostalgic map, it all leads back to those early games. So raise your metal horns. Go ahead, do it. You know, for real, do it right now. Put your fucking metal horns up on the screen. Put them up for Metroid.
I don't have tracking for that, sorry. Well, there we go. That was a cool video. Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I think there was, like, I liked that he was just so glowing on Super Metroid. I do feel like there were things he could have torn into if he really wanted to. But, yeah, I mean, it is, you don't want to with Super Metroid because it is such an exceptional game. And really just even looking at that whole sequence, just looking back at it, just seeing the footage and everything, hearing that music, I understand. Like, you don't want to say anything negative. It's just great. But yeah, for the first two games, they were still definitely figuring it out. But after that point, I think they never really reached, I think, the same height as Super Metroid. I like Fusion. I like Zero Mission. I like Dread. But like, none of them are just as pitch perfect in just terms of getting the vibes down as Super Metroid. Just like the atmosphere, the just that feeling that this is it. This is the perfect Metroid. You don't get that with others. I mean, Dread is more advanced, certainly, but and Dread probably is my second favorite Metroid game. I think it does have some sequences that are really effective, and it's pretty fun. I mean, it's a little bit handholdy for my taste, a little bit linear, but that might just be me. I like open-ended, which I think is why the only game in the genre really that has definitely surpassed Metroid is, for me, Hollow Knight, which is like maximum non-linearity in a Metroidvania. Like there are just so many different ways you can move through that game that really watching different people play it, you're going to get a different experience every single time. Even with Super Metroid, it's not really that non-linear unless you know the techniques, unless you really actually from early on figure out how to wall jump somehow. or can do the bomb jump, you're not going to really sequence break. You're not going to really do things out of the intended order by any real degree. It's just basically going to be that same order. Maybe it's a little bit different in terms of when you figure out you can go back and get certain abilities or certain upgrades. But it's more or less going to be a very similar experience. And I feel like, yeah, a lot of the ones after that are even more linear than that. So, I don't know. Not that there's something necessarily wrong with that, but, yeah. But yeah, Super Metroid, excellent game. And again, I never really played the second one. I can see definitely how it's a big improvement over the first, but yeah, I think, I mean, just based on its comments, evidently still pretty frustrating. But and then the first one, yeah, I think, I mean, he evidently got a lot farther than I did. He actually beat the game. I think I encountered much of the same difficulties, but it just, I mean, he was talking about the analyzing, is this worth it? With like having to spend 30 minutes just recharging your health. And I think pretty early on, every time I've tried to play it, I've just made that calculation and decided, no, this is not worth it. But yeah, this was cool. A very good video. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the reaction. Let me know. I definitely want to do more from James. So let me know which videos you would like me to take to watch from him. I mean, I've seen a lot of them. So like, I think I've seen like a lot of the classics, but like anything more modern, there's a good chance I haven't seen it, or I don't know. Let me just give me suggestions, and maybe it'll be something I haven't seen. And if not, I mean, I can just kind of go through them myself and pick ones, because I'm definitely going to return here, because I think he's a good content creator. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the reaction.